You're not too busy to grow. You're too disorganized to grow. MSPs, they don't plateau because of bandwidth. They plateau because the system they're running maxes out at 12 people and $2.8 million in revenue. Ron Lasevsky has coached dozens of MSPs through this invisible wall, and he says it best.
What is it we want to accomplish? Because we can't do everything. And up to that point, you sort of delegated in absentia, told people to do things and it kind of figured it out and it worked, right? And so you need another layer of complexity in your business.
See, most MSP owners, they hit their first wall at $1 million in revenue. The second wall, and the more dangerous one, comes at $3 million in revenue. And by then, the founder is already underwater, the team is reactive, and everyone is confusing growth with progress. See, they're sprinting without strategy. They're scaling without standards and burning cash on headcount that they can't absorb.
And once you get to like 15 people, 20 people, all of a sudden everyone's out of bandwidth.
What happens next isn't scale. It's reversion. It's back to chaos. It's back to control. It's back to safety.
You've built the company around yourself. You've hired people that are essentially order takers. And then you decide you want them to run the company.
Ron's biggest insight? Most MSPs never outgrow their founder's personality flaws because the company was built in their image. And now that's the blind spot too. That is why the revenue roller coaster happens.
It'll start at 1 and go to 3 and back to 2. It'll go to 3 and back to 1. Because what happens is that they're limited by the capacity of themselves to manage.
You don't need more time. You just need a system. Now let's draw out Ron's model in a strategic pyramid. See, at the bottom layer of the pyramid, you really have reactive hustle, right? And when you're down here, all you can do is fix what's broken, right? Everyone reports to the founder, owner, whatever label you want to put on it, and there's no true delegation. It's just pass through the chaos. Now, when you ascend slightly out of that, the next level is bandwidth collapse. What's happening there? So your head count starts to grow, but your process doesn't. Your leadership can't lead, and all they can do is absorb the pain. I know, because I was that guy once. Owners, you keep trying to hire for accountability, but you never install it.
So you have $5 million in revenue, and you're worried because now you're going to hire a COO that you won't feel valuable in your own company.
Many MSPs, they will get to the third system, to this third layer, which is where you build systems. Now, what's really happening there, right? You start to get your meeting rhythms. Those appear. Then there's priorities that are real, they're measured, and they're revisited. The team knows what good looks like because you've defined it, and they know how to get there.
The execution part is you're not trying to manage the chaos through more meetings and more processes and more scorecards. What you're trying to do is you got to step back for a day and say, okay, what are we trying to do?
And then lastly, where you ultimately get at the top of the pyramid is strategic ascent. This is where the company is running on vision, not on reaction. Middle management is real. They're trusted and they're capable. The owner is now the steward of the system. They don't have to be the hero of the story anymore. Just as Ron discussed, this is the system that scales. And every layer requires some unlearning. When the system works, meetings are shorter, decisions are made faster, execution is focused, leadership is distributed. And for the first time, you can actually do strategy because you're no longer playing whack-a-mole with the business you accidentally built.
It usually takes about 6 months to start seeing some movement in a larger organization because you're changing a bunch of habits and perspectives, but all of a sudden things start happening, they start clicking. People are not stressed out all the time. There's more free time. There's actually more time to strategize. In most organizations that are stressed out, there's no strategy discussion.
You don't need to fix everything. You need to fix one layer of your pyramid. Ask yourself, where in your system are you weak? Where is clarity missing? Who would your business need you to become to solve that? Your job isn't to do anymore. Your job is to install the clarity so that your team can do more and your business can grow. That is the strategic pyramid Ron talked about. And it scales when you stop being the ceiling